Pow! Welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is, of course, Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram. Today are Marvel Legends reviews with this Monster Venom Build-A-Figure wave. And in front of me, we have, hilariously, Spider-Ham. A lot of people wanted this figure. I didn't know if they were joking or not, but Hasbro have actually give us Spider-Ham. Basically Spider-Pig, not Homer Simpson's version. But yeah, he's tiny. He's in Marvel Legends scale. It'd be very interesting to see how he sits on the shelf amongst your Spider-Verse characters. And they've even threw in a pork grind head for fun. But he is packaged with this massive Build-A-Figure piece, which I'm very curious to see how that works when we open it up. But yeah, Spider-Ham is here, and if you don't know who he is, stay tuned and I will do my best to explain exactly who Peter Porker is. But as always, let's look at the box and this new white packaging. He pops on the side there, and the back you get a nice simple promo picture, and then of course you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Spider-Ham. So yeah, there he is. Logo on the top, the Spider-Man logo, not the Venom logo. And yeah, let's open him up. Wow, so here we have Spider-Ham out of the box, and he is tiny, bless him. He is only, well, 3.5 inches tall. So I'll get into some comparisons with some actual Marvel Legends as we go along in the review, but there he is. So before we have a look at him, let's look at his accessories. He comes with a pork grind head, and this head I think will pop on here, but the peg's too big because it's not actually meant for fitting on this figure. It's meant for going on a Venom body, and I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, the head is there, and it's got more articulation than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it only had waist swivel, but it actually has shoulder articulation, which is crazy. So you can get his shoulder up straight, both of them. So shoulders go up and down. There is some sort of articulation at the elbow. It's not double jointed, obviously, it's single jointed. But yeah, you have actually got elbow joint, and you've got a swivel at the wrist as well. And is it on I'm not sure if the hands are on a ball joint or they're just on a swivel, but yeah, there's definitely a cut on the hands. So much more articulation than I thought, considering how small the figure is. And of course, there's head articulations as you would expect from Marvel Legends. Doesn't go back much, but he's got obviously a waist crunch, waist crunch I suppose, as it is on his waist. So it's very gappy when you're moving him around, but it's still more articulation than I thought. You can definitely get this guy in some funny poses, but the legs are just one piece. Oh, okay, he's got a cut on the boot. So he's got a boot cut, no ankle pivot, just a boot cut so you can spin his feet round. But other than that, there's no knee articulation or anything like that. But still, considering what I thought I was just getting a chunk of plastic, there is articulation there for people. So I guess there are some displaying options after all for Parker Porker here. Interesting. Let's anyway, I got sidetracked because that surprised me. I got sidetracked. I didn't even mention he comes with 2 massive Build-A-Figure pieces for the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. Now, the piece itself is bigger than Spider-Ham here. And this piece, a lot of people were confused when they seen the packaging. They were like, is there 2 versions of the chest? Are there 2 chest pieces? But no, there is a joint at the back and there are pegs on here. So you peg them together. That is your waist. So I'll save that until I build the Build-A-Figure. But yeah, these are both go together and make the actual body for Spider-Venom. They're not 2 separate chest pieces. It's the back and the chest. And yeah, it makes a thicker body for Spider-Venom, Monster Venom. And no, pork grind head doesn't fit on that body, unfortunately, because that would have been one massive pork grind. But let's move that out of the way. So as I've already mentioned, it has more articulation than I thought. And other than that, there's not much paint detail on it. It's just the red and the blue. There is sculpting detail though, but there's just nothing. There's no black lines or nothing, but it is sculpted. The actual the Spider-Man costume is sculpted. You've got his Spider-Man logo on his chest. But yeah, when the waist moves, it's obviously on a ball joint and it's very gappy for posing. But again, this character is not one I needed in my collection. It's more of a little gimmick character I can have hiding somewhere on my Spider-Man shelf. But yeah, definitely get him in more poses than I thought you could. This would be the perfect opportunity to answer the question. If anyone's watching and thinking, what is that? Who is that? Then let's ask the question, shall we? Spider-Ham. Who is he? This is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is he? And I try and give you a little bit of information about the character this figure is inspired by. So, Spider-Ham. Who is he? Spider-Ham, aka Peter Porker, is from a much more different cartoon-style, animal-based universe within Marvel. His first appearance was in Marvel Tales #1 in November of 1983. Now, Peter was a spider living in the basement of May Porker, who was a scientist who accidentally given herself a dose of radiation. She chomped on little Peter the spider and he grew into a pig with spider-like abilities. Or is he a spider with pig-like abilities? Nobody knows. He's had lots of adventures along the years in Marvel, but recently popped up in the Spider-Verse storyline and went on to continue his adventures with the Web Warriors. So there you go, I hope that helped. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information about the characters these figures are inspired by, especially a very oddball character like this guy. But again, people are adamant with getting every single figure in their Spider-Verse, so yeah, you're one step closer. So here is the Venom from previously. I probably will have to pull my camera back a little bit to do this, but yeah, so there's the Venom from we've previously reviewed. Check out the videos tab, there is a full review of this guy. So if we take off the head, we can actually put Portgrind's head on the Venom. And does it fit? Yeah, it actually pops on. So the Portgrind head is actually made to fit on the Venom body. So there you have Venom, Portgrind Venom. Don't know much about the character. I'm not doing a who is he segment on this guy. It's just a pack-in bonus. But if you've got two Venom figures, because you've had to buy double like me, I guess now you have a Portgrind figure as well. And yeah, my camera's still not big enough. I need to move my camera. Move my camera up so we can fit Portgrind in. Because I'm going to do some comparisons now with Spider-Ham anyway, with normal size figures. But that's quite a funny comparison. So yeah, I guess you got a free pack in for a different figure that you never thought you'd have or need. But you do. So that was quite funny. Let's move him out the way. So let's get this guy compared to actual Peter Parker himself. And yeah, there it is. So I don't know if the proportions are different. I know he's from like a cartoon universe, so he's meant to look a bit stupid, but is he a bit too big? I'm not too sure. I can't picture a comic panel in my head and think how tall he was. But yeah, that's how he look on your shelf next to an actual Spider-Man. Who else have I got? Got Gwen Stacy and Silk here previously. So even next to female figures, oh, I'm knocking the camera and everything now. That's his size for some different sized figures. Smaller female book, Silk on the bigger female book, and obviously Spider-Man's on the Spider-Man book. Here he is amongst some other characters from the Spider-Verse. As you can see, this red is much more vibrant than the red on these Spider-Men. But again, he's from a cartoon world, so maybe that is the case. But I reckon if the red was a little bit similar to them, he would have fit in a tiny bit more, because he definitely pops on the shelf, probably more than you'd want, or maybe perfectly how you want. Again, it's your preference, but that's how he looks amongst some figures. Now, he, as I've previously already reviewed the Spider-Man SP//DR wave, he does pop up in Penny Parker's world. So here he is next to the Spider-Man SP//DR, aka Speeder, as it is a manga style comic. So if you haven't seen my full review of this guy or all of the figures I had in that wave, you can check it out now. But yeah, that is Speeder as a manga Japanese style Spider-Man mech thing. So final thoughts are, I think Spider-Verse collectors are going to be very happy. Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy is going to be very happy. But yeah, there's more articulation there than you probably imagined. So fair play to Hasbro for attempting to give us articulations on such a small character. But he's a very recognisable character amongst the Spider-Verse. It's been around since early 80s. So yeah, maybe you've got an old comic in your collection, who knows. But now you have him in figure form to sit forever on your shelf, aka Peter Porker, aka Spider-Ham, or my favourite is still Spider-Pig. Even though he's not Spider-Pig, but yeah. Again, what do I do at the end of videos? I ramble. I'm going to shut up. My name has been Dan W. As always, check out the videos tab for all my other reviews. Hit the notification bell to find out when the next one hits straight away. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, people, I shall see you on the next one.